So that process that I just shared with you, and I've probably bored you with it, it's just a reflection of, in my world, I start with an idea and I go from there. And as long as I can get my hands on an idea, and an idea is easy to test with your friends. You can communicate it without drawings and renderings and scale models or computer modeling. You could take an idea and check it with your friends, and if they acknowledge it, then you're on your way. That notion of heightened emotional experience was the thing that guided us through the 2.5 years of struggling, crawling, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, crumbling up papers and throwing them in the basket because it wasn't good enough. Another thing I've noticed, and probably each of you have, that when you get the right idea in your business and your life, there's almost an audible click. And you get a big grin on your face and you know, aha, this is okay, this is right. Instinct plays a very important part in confirming when you're on the right track. So we finished doing this building with this same idea out in front of us, relentlessly, uncompromisingly, disciplined, no change. Enrich and enhance emotional experience. Design the hotel from the inside looking out. Surround the guest with an experience, whether they're walking, drinking, eating, gambling, going to a show, or driving up. So we don't have porte-cocheres that have big neon displays that stick out on the strip. You go through gates, the north gate, the main gate, or the south gate, into a park where the trees are taller than any structure in that park. And then you come upon an entrance. First, so everywhere you go, we take a beat, architecturally and emotionally, to let you reset your clock, to get ready for another revelation of another visual and sensual or sensory experience. This kind of thing sounds very appropriate, and maybe I'm selling a few rooms here, I hope. But what I'm saying is that we got an idea that made perfect sense, and we clung to it like a guy tossed from a ship in the ocean holding on to a life raft. We clung to that idea and we stayed consistent. And that central idea, if any of you end up traipsing to Las Vegas and checking out this place, you'll feel that central idea at work as you go through mosaics and gardens and vistas, and you'll feel that notion, I hope. Creativity, everybody has creative ideas. I don't think that it's purely genetic, or we all have gifts, and I don't think the creativity is some kind of unique wonderment bestowed on the privileged few. I think all of us have great ideas. We have trouble sorting out the good ones from the not so good ones. So if you're building things, it's a good idea to do what you've got to do to visualize what it is you've got in mind. And that'll tell you whether your bad ideas can survive or whether your good ideas should keep going. And that editing process, probably understanding of the editing process, is the separating or divisional factor between professionals who create things and amateurs. People who don't understand the creative process tend to fall in love with their ideas too quickly. The more you understand the creative process, the more you tend to revisit it again and again, submit it to examination, cross-examination, recross-examination. And the real good ideas survive all that withering review. I try not to build bad ideas. I try to wait and make sure that I've got good ones. But at any rate, the creative process is that way. It seems that way to me. It can't be compressed. You can't rush yourself in these things. It's very often that when you're looking for a solution in a problem in your environment, you have a clear understanding of the problem, but you don't, and you got a couple of alternatives, and you just don't feel comfortable about one or the other. One of the greatest luxuries in the world is to have the time to munch on it for longer periods of time. I find that anything that I've ever done of value did not come to me quickly, but I had to creep up on it, an inch at a time. And like a jigsaw puzzle, it begins to fill itself in. Now, I am talking as a developer, and I draw my buildings as a builder of things, and so my examples and my experience are rather narrowly focused. I'm not sure how much that means to you. But if drawing buildings and creating environments for people is something that I do that's a little weird and unique as far as business goes, the thing that brings these, let's just say that me and my pals get it right. Let's say that Wynn Las Vegas, this latest exercise, is a good job. And I think maybe it is. I'm proud of it. Well, okay, so there's this thing. There's a couple $1 billion worth of stuff piled up there, which, you know, has the unique aspect of being the most expensive thing of its kind ever built in the world. It also has the distinction of being the most complicated structure ever created in civilization. You'll understand that if you go there. It is in actual fact the most complicated arrangement of buildings and things that happen to people who experience that building that's ever been done. And if it works, it won't be because of the stuff. What will happen, and what's going to happen 7 days from now, is that my role in this process is going to be dramatically and radically reduced from being sort of a silhouette of some size on the horizon to a speck. Because the minute this place opens up at midnight on Wednesday next week, the 9,500 employees are going to assume its identity, or the place will assume their identity. The name on the roof, which is my name, is simply some bulbs set into a facade of a curtain wall. The hotel becomes literally there.